In this upcoming video, we will learn how we can actually install Brew, which is a package manager on the Mac OSX system. So it's very useful for actually installing Linux or also Linux tools for cybersecurity or penetration testing. So after this clip, on the first part, we will also learn in the second clip is how we can interact or navigate and to work around with the macosx terminal command line. So this page is the page where we can actually install the package manager for the Mac OS system, and some of the tools inside include also the Kali Linux penetration testing package tools. So any ways to install it, we can copy this specific one with cmd c, and we can also open the terminal with cmd spacebar, and then we can paste it with cmd v. I'm sorry, you need to paste it in the terminal. We go right here and enter terminal, and we can paste it inside the terminal like this and then install it. If you guys don't find the terminal in this way, we can also click here and write terminal inside, or you guys can click on F4, write terminal inside here. Anyways, after you guys have executed the command here inside the terminal and it asks for password, you guys will need to enter your username, password, which you guys also log in on the Mac OSX rebooting startup basically. So just hit enter in the installation and just keep going on like that. So I have already installed, so I'm just going to hit Ctrl-C to stop this. And if we want to, for example, install packages, we can go down here and find a repository of the tools that exist. So not all tools exist for Kali Linux specifically, but we can install it actually customly, everything. For example, we can go to search here and write nmap. Now we go to the nmap tool, for example. Let me go again. There was a mistake here. Write nmap. We can copy this one. Write brew, install nmap. We can write, for example, brew, install nmap, and just let it run. So I have already installed it because I have used it before. So we can write nmap, and then we can use the network scanning, IP scanning tool for vulnerabilities in port numbers or websites or any servers. Or we can go also to this repository, which has the cask repository. And this one has the, if you make this way, the normal repository here. Here we can also find different kind of tools, for example, like Metasploit, or we can find aircrack ng, or we can find, for example, Bettercap. Or if you, for example, go to Bettercap, we can click on it, and we can also install like this. So we just need to, guys need to click on it, and then it will be shown as what, like how we can install it basically. Those are the systems on Mac OS X that we can install. And if you guys wanna uninstall some of the tools that you guys actually don't want to use anymore, you can write brew uninstall nmap or any kind of tool that you guys don't like to have on the system anymore. So in this next clip, I will show you guys how we can use the Mac OS X terminal. So if you guys have it opened up, you can also write, for example, sudo su. This is to get privilege as root or as administrator, like the full privilege owner. Then we need to write our password. Now, for example, if we write who am I, we can see that we are root. And if you want to log in as the user as before, which is the username of the Mac OS X that you guys have actually made already beforehand, you can also write the password. Actually, sorry, we need to write login, docsnet, my username, and then my password. And we can also write who am I, and you guys can see I'm the docsnet user, right? I can clear the screen here with clear. Also, and if you want to, for example, see in what directory we are at right now inside, we can write pvd. So you guys can see here we are in this directory. Or if you write ls, we can see what data are inside the directory here. And if you want to, for example, go to any of these or interact with some of these data or directories. So we can also see with file, for example, on desktop, you can see that it's a directory, or we can write file and we can try it with, for example, this specific file here. Let me copy this, paste here. We can see it's a HTML document text, SGI text, so it's a text document basically. We can, for example, read it out with cat. And we can see what's inside basically. You guys can see here. Now we can also clear the screen. Ls again. Let's say we want to go, for example, in a desktop folder, in a desktop environment. Right, desktop, cd desktop, ls, and there's nothing inside. As you guys see behind here, that's actually my desktop. What we can do is also write mkdir directory. You guys will see behind my terminal screen that there will be actually a new directory. And as you guys can see here, that's my new directory. And if you want to, for example, delete it, we can also write rf directory, and we have deleted it basically. So what we can also do actually, if we clear the screen, we can make the directory, for example, and then we can, for example, copy it. If you want to, for example, go back to the docsnet folder before, not into the desktop environment, we can also write cd .. And you guys can see we are inside this specific directory again. Or if we go again to desktop and we want to, for example, read the rich library, right? We know that it's in this directory. We can also write cd users docsnet library and pvd, and we are inside the library folder, as you guys can see. And also we can list the data which is also inside. So I'm gonna go back to my folder of my desktop. We will try to copy the directory, for example, cp directory. We write r at the beginning, and then we will paste, copy it to, for example, users docsnet and library. And now if we will, for example, can also list inside the directory to see if it's inside with ls-a and then users docsnet library without being inside the directory itself, or without moving the cd command, right? So as you guys can see, if it looks too much and we cannot find the specific folder, then we can also, what we can do is actually we can pipe it, grab, and then write directory. So it will only show the folder directory if it's inside. As you guys can see, directory is inside here. So what we can also do is actually, if we want to go into the main system directory, we can write cd and like this, and this is the main system directory of the XU kernel of the Apple system. And there are many options and things we can specify and do. But now I'm gonna show you guys some of the networking commands that we can use. For example, we can ping is used to find IP addresses. We can ping Google, for example. That's the IP of Google. Or we can use a tool called netstat to actually look at our traffic or what our computer sends out in the network remotely or also internally inside, which address it points to. If I scroll up here a little bit, this is our IP address. This is private from our computer, and this is our port number, which from the local address connects to this specific foreign address, and the protocol, which is HTTPS, which is also port 443 in the numeric value. This state basically, which of what is happening, and those are like the transmission control protocols behind basically. So if we clear, we can also try to see what DNS server we use. So if we write for example ipconfig, we can go to the interface where we have basically here internet, right? I'm connected to a hotspot here. We can see our private IP inside the network is actually here, 172.20.10.12. The router will always be appending number 1 basically. So we can copy this one, clear screen, and let's look up. Then we will write the one behind. That's the gateway, like the IP address of the router that internet service provider gives you. As guys can see here, that's the DNS of what we can see or what we're connected to. You can also use a networking tool called traceroute to actually see the connection to any website that our packets of our router Wi-Fi goes to before it reaches that server. So we can traceroute, for example, google.com. So this will send specific packets out and name you all IP addresses or data which it will send. So it will take too long, so I'm not gonna continue this and just hit on Ctrl-C. And we also have, like, for example, a networking tool called curl, which is used to extract data from a website. We can, for example, extract from Instagram like data as how the what we get for response, and this will actually let's try to go to our use folder again. Let me actually try write curl xget, which is the option GPS instagram.com. Actually put it as an index file. We can do get index.html. Yes, I see it doesn't work. Let's maybe try a different website. As this doesn't work right now, let's try google.com. So we have gotten data from google.com. If we write cat index.html, you can see that's the data we got. It redirected and was moved to a different page here. So with curl, we can do all specific data, like get data from websites and do specific manipulation or modification. So if you guys want to know more about a specific command line, is how it works, like the tools, we can also write help. Actually, maybe go to the bash folder. The bash shell interactive, write help. And as you guys can see here, we see that there are many different kind of tools or commands that we can use, and also write info, and we will get like a lot of commands, and it will also get explained as of what use they are for example. There's a lot of things here, as you guys can see. If you want to, for example, get information of a specific tool, for example, we get for, or like curl for website extraction, we can also write curl help, and we will see how we can use it, or curl h. So you guys can do it with any command to see as what it can do. You can also do with the command we do before with cp, which we can copy some file, help, and we will see the option that we can actually specify. Or if you guys want to know more specific information as to what it is exactly and what a detailed documentation about it, you guys can write man curl. So this is used to transfer curl. Curl is a tool for transferring data from or to a server. It supports these protocols here, and those are the options. It will also explain what these options are for, like here everywhere -a and so on, that we can append behind. But we can also do it, for example, for mkey directory. So this makes a directory as we have done before, and you guys can read about it specifically as what it can do. And we have also the options here, and you guys can read a description about it. So there are so many more tools, but I just want to give you guys a grasp of the basic things. Before I go, I just want to show you guys another cool tool called Top. This is actually to see the processes or servers which are running, like for example, a terminal, which I'm running right out here, as the process ended 547, and it's called terminal. So if I want to, for example, kill it, I can also use example p kill and write just terminal, and this will actually end my terminal. Okay, let me try again, terminal. Let's see if we can do it. Terminal, which actually let me actually try it with the Firefox browser, because I don't want to end my own terminal. So if you open this, you guys can see the Firefox is here, already shown here. So we can stop that and try to kill Firefox, for example. Pkill, let's try pkill. And as you guys can see, we have killed the Firefox browser. That's how we can do it basically. And also, if you want to open the apps that specified here, we can, for example, or if you want to locate where they are, like app extensions, right? They're mostly the tools, or I mean the applications that we can run and click here. They have the extension of .app. So let's try to locate where they exist. The locate command with locate, we can find so many different kind of tools, commands, data, files, or anything specifically. If we scroll around, we can try to find the specific apps. See, as you guys can see here, we have those are like the library, Apple system, and then the apps. It's like mobile device updater app. Let's maybe try to see, find more specifically. Let's try, for example, to find the messaging app, messages.app. That's how it's named. As guys can see here, if we go to systems and application, we can see that the messaging app is here, right? So we can go here to see all the applications and write system applications and clear, and we can see all the applications that are on the Mac system. We can write open. For example, let's open mail.app. Then we can also open, like for example, some application, as you guys can see behind here. That's how we can do it with the open command. So anyways, those are some of the basic command that I want to show you guys, and I won't get too much more into it as this will be a very long video. I just want to explain to you guys is how it works. If you guys want to see more commands or something is how they work or what kind of them will exist, you guys can research yourself on a terminal. And also on the internet. So that's just my basic and beginner way to show you guys as what we can do basically. So on this website, we can actually also see the default command line tools exist for Apple Mac OSX. So the left side are the tools that we can type in the terminal, and the right side here, like the description about them. We will, for example, click on Airport, which is a tool to capture actually wireless traffic, same like AeroDump and G on Kernel Linux. You can see as how we can actually make it uh, execute on a terminal and the options behind that we can write for the specific tool basically. So we can go back, we can also try to find a specific tool. If you want to find, for example, TCP dump, we can hit enter and it will go to this basically. Or if we find anything with A and C, it will find anything with the letter A or AC, and try to find the tools like this basically. And there's a lot of tools that you guys can see here. And like I said, the right is description, the left is the name of the tool. You guys can click on it to actually understand more specifically about them. So that's very useful, and it's very good to know what kind of command line tools we can use for our convenience and also to help us in cybersecurity or overall good task on the Mac OSX system basically. Thanks for watching my videos, and if you guys like the videos and want to see more, you guys can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will help out a lot. Anyways, if you guys have suggestions as to what the next subjects I could do, you guys can also leave comments. So anyways, thanks a lot again and goodbye.